Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Alan with Contractor USA. Don't forget, check out our cups. You'll want to get one of those down in the description. I'm here with a buddy of mine who's been doing construction for a long time. His name is Doug Palmer. So, Doug, welcome to Contractor USA. Say hey to everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
There you go. That was very creative right there. I love it. So now, Doug, we've been working together for many years.
It's like 16 now.
16 years, and yeah, that's been quite a while. And a lot has happened through that time frame.
Oh, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some good successes, some losses. Your first wife, of course, who we miss dearly, and walk through that. But thank God now you have a beautiful wife that is with you now. And
yeah, I do.
Keeps you on the straight and narrow, keeps you out of trouble.
Oh, yeah. Walk that line, I'll tell you.
So now, how long have you been doing construction all total?
Total of 52 years now.
Woo, 52 years.
Almost as long as you've been alive.
Oh, man, I know. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Dang, that's a long time. So what are some of the kind of fields that you've worked in all these years?
Oh, I've done everything from A to Z.
That's a lot then.
Yeah, it is.
I've
done underground. I've done high voltage electrical. I've built houses from ground up. I've done, God, you name it.
Yeah.
Drywall, custom cabinet building, electrical.
Predominantly in residential. Do you do any commercial?
I do. Mostly now I do commercial work.
Okay. So you did a lot of commercial. You did some city work, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done city and federal.
Okay. So you've been doing this a long time. Just in Southern California or all over?
From the Oregon border to the Mexican border in San Diego.
Oh, man.
I've been here and there all over.
Okay. No, that's great. And so I know that when we were working together, you were doing things like room additions. You were doing a lot of kitchen cabinetry and kitchen remodels.
Love to do. That's one of my favorite things is building custom cabinets.
Well, you love woodwork. I noticed that about you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I love the smell of sawdust in the morning.
Oh, man. You remember to wear a mask. You don't want to.
Yeah.
So now you've been working for part of your thing that you're doing is you give of your time. You're working, teaching two of our schools. Yeah. And while you're running some construction projects in different cities around Southern California, but talk to me about the schools. Like why did you want to teach these young men coming up in construction?
It's a total passion of mine to teach. I just love to teach, and I love sharing my experiences with the students, giving them the do's and don'ts. The things that I bumped up on that I shouldn't have. I didn't know any better. So now I can pass that on so they can make less mistakes.
I would imagine after 52 years of construction, you've seen quite a few mistakes.
Oh, God, yes. I could probably write a book on all the mistakes I've seen.
One of the things I like to tell our audience that listen is that when it comes to construction, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's okay. Don't feel bad that you made mistakes, as long as you learn from them, right?
That's it, exactly.
Yeah.
Try not to repeat those mistakes because those could be really costly.
Yeah.
And they could eventually, if you don't learn it, it could actually put you out of business.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you have one or two you'd be open to share that would maybe be helpful for the guys that you'd say, I did this a long time ago, made this mistake, and don't do this?
I try to incorporate a lot of that in my teaching and classes.
Yeah. No, that's good. A lot of our guys, because this broadcast throughout the U.S. won't be coming to our schools in California, but that's why if you have a couple that you're able to just, off the top of your head, like, hey, don't do this. I kind of made this mistake when I was younger, maybe in your early years, getting started.
The one big thing is I know I had a couple of students that live up in, well, they're not students anymore, but people I've known that they live up in San Francisco, and they made a couple of big mistakes, which I helped them get out of. So, because the licensing board wanted to revoke their license.
Oh, okay.
So I got him I told him what to do, and he got to keep his license, and they just put him on probation for 3 years.
Well, that's good.
So it saved his license. But the thing he did was he took a $210,000 check, and it was mixed with the deposit, which is a big no-no.
Yeah.
So that was one of the big things that they nailed him on.
Yeah, can't do that. Definitely. Yeah, that's good that you're helping out those guys when they're going and having difficult times. Now, you've worked with quite a few younger guys, even on their projects, right? Helping them.
Yeah.
What's some of their key mistakes that they're generally making that maybe some of these newbie guys that are getting into construction now, what are some of these things that you would say, hey, let's watch out for this, don't do this. These are some mistakes you want to bypass?
Well, main thing is you better be proficient on blueprint reading.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. That, and to me, in business, communication is vital.
Yeah.
If you cannot talk to people correctly, the big thing is listen.
Yeah.
That's why God gave us 2 ears and one mouth.
Exactly.
You
So know what the client wants, right?
And you don't go out to the client's house and just start talking and talking and talking. No, you want to take time to listen to them.
That's perfect.
I don't care if they rattle on for an hour or more. Let them get everything off their chest, and then you can interject.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that. I think one of the key 3 major things that causes the destruction of construction companies are contractors who don't listen to their clients. I just had a guy go through a lawsuit because an architect was telling some of the things that they're changing, and he just thought he had it here. Even though they sent him a synopsis of everything in his email, he didn't read the email, didn't do it properly, and now is being sued for almost $3 million.
Holy moly. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it now? In California, it's 87% of contractors go out of business within 5 years. Most of them go out of business within 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why we like to be in their lives. That's why we spend time doing this podcast and, just pouring into the guys, into the schools. So now we go back pretty far. We go back about 16 years. I think we met in 2009, didn't we?
Yeah, it was 2009.
Yeah, and the economy had crushed us both. We were facing some challenges. I had downsized my company and only kept a couple employees. And unfortunately, you were struggling a little bit and just trying to find some work. There were people that were licensed contractors in front of Home Depot saying, "Hey, I'll work for $50 a day in California."
Yeah, that was really a rough period of time.
Yeah, and I remember that my wife went around with she was driving around in her Suburban picking up kids, bringing them to church. Your kids came. And
she picked up my kids.
And then that's how we met. And then you're like, "Hey, Alan, is there anything we can do?" And I said, "Well, come on in, man. Let's figure it out. Let's build you a website. And, I can do that much." And I didn't even charge you, right? And,
Well, actually, you were being a teacher at a different school.
I was,
And I said, well, I want to get my license. You go, well, come on, I'll sneak you into class.
So got you into class and then got you your license.
I got my license in 2009.
Yeah, that's
Same
great
year.
Here in Cali. And then from there, and then we started doing some work together. Some good things came out of that because I remember after we got your website up, and now we specialize in construction websites because we know what a web designer needs to do. But after we got that up, you started getting leads, and then I remember I went and bid a few for you and helped you out, and then you were so appreciative. I was like, I wasn't expecting anything. You just turned around and handed me the keys to your truck. I'm like, what? And you're like, here, take my truck, man. Yeah. You just landed a couple $100,000. You started just rocking it from there.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
the
was
sky
a good
was the limit.
time. Yeah, and in the beginning, too, I ended up building most of your cabinets for you because you wanted to slow it down. And I go, no, I want to pick it up. So go out and get all those kitchen jobs. I'll build as many cabinets as you want.
Well, and every time I had a room addition, I said, I got a guy. Let's get it going. So I just called you up. Yeah. And then, man, you were just landing all kinds of stuff. And then the house build, there was a house build, and I don't remember where that was, but was it a house build that we started to do together?
Yeah, that was, I think that house was in Lake Elsinore.
Oh, okay, yeah. So all kinds of things. No, so that was good. And then from there, you just kept growing like mad over the next 10 plus years. And then when was it, how long were you licensed? And I just got to tell them the story. It was nuts. And it just goes to show when you're a part of an ecosystem that you can be taken care of. I remember you were telling me that your wife was taken into the hospital.
Right.
And
And she called me one day and goes, honey, I got this pain. And I go, well, stop complaining about it. Go to the doctors. We have insurance. Go.
Yeah.
And then a few hours later, she calls me and she goes, honey, I'm not coming home. They have to do emergency surgery on me.
That's right. And then you took off. You basically just jumped off the job site.
That was
flew
it.
out there.
When my wife called, we were married 31 years before she passed away.
Wow.
She gave me 2 beautiful daughters.
Yes, and they're doing quite well, and we're excited for them. You drove to the hospital, and some people don't know this, but right when you got there, you opened the door, right, and then you had a heart attack from the stress.
Well, actually, I woke up in the morning and I felt this really bad pinch in my shoulder. It felt like a gorilla was grabbing me.
Oh, okay.
And then I heard this little voice going, get up, go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It said it 3 times. It sounded like God sent an angel to me.
Wow.
So I know if I would have ignored that, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got up, said, okay, I'm going. I drove myself to the hospital. I got there. I told them I had this really bad pain. And so they put me on EKG, and I was flatlined.
Whoa.
I was dead.
Wow.
So I drove myself to the hospital dead.
Wow, that's crazy.
My heart was not working at all. And they got me in just like a blink of an eye. They put the 4 major arteries of your heart. Mine all collapsed all at the same time. So there was no blood.
4
My heart
stents,
wasn't. Yeah. So they put 4 stents in me, and they were asking me when I got out, when I was in recovery, I go, how'd you do that? And I go, well, you know what? It's all because of God.
Wow.
God's not done with me yet, obviously. So
Yeah.
He kept me alive and made it through the surgery. And so He's got a plan for me. So here I am.
Those doctors must have looked at you funny, like, what?
Yeah, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But I go, well, look, God's raised the dead, and he can keep me alive. He can do whatever He wants. He's completely in charge. So I thank Him every day for the next day.
Oh yeah, no, that's always a good thing to do. So you came out of surgery, and then wasn't that when you noticed you found out Carolyn had passed while you were in surgery?
No,
what was that?
she was in the hospital when I was in the hospital.
Okay.
And then I did something I probably shouldn't have done, but I was in ICU. I was in intensive care because I was a mess. But I got up and I drug my IV thing with me, and I went up to the next floor up where she was at, and I wanted to go visit her. And I unplugged all my leads, and it set off all kinds of alarms.
Oh, man.
And I probably shouldn't have done it, but I wanted to go see my wife, so that's what I did. I went up and visited her, and they're searching all over because I heard code blue all over they couldn't find me. And here I was up there talking to her, but when I came back down, they go, well, what happened to you? I go, what do you think? God called me to heaven? I just disappeared. And they go, no, you gave us a hell of a scare. We were looking all over the hospital for you. And I go, well, what do you expect? I was with my wife,
Yeah.
I wanted to see her because she was pretty much on her last stands.
So then you went home, right? When you got out, and then they called you and told you she had passed.
They put her in a home.
Okay.
God, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's for when you're gonna pass.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
And then I went and seen her, and then 4:00 in the morning they called me and told me that she passed.
Yeah, that's rough.
But before that, she told me that God's telling her it's time to come home.
Wow.
And I told her, well, honey, if God says it's time, it's time.
Yeah, yeah. And so that was how many years ago?
2015.
2015. So we were doing construction for about 6 years, and then she passed, and then you were down for about a month, and
and then I decided, well, I felt like Superman. I went back to work.
Yeah.
And then I had another heart attack.
Yeah, I had another heart attack.
And it's telling me, okay, slow it down. Just take some time.
Yep. And I had to go and send some contractors out there. I don't remember who I sent out. Do you remember? I sent out some contractors to go help you out and just take care of the house while you were bedridden.
I don't remember.
They wouldn't even let you out of the bed that time for like a month.
Yeah, I mean, I had to recoup.
Yeah.
'Cause after that second heart attack, my doctors told me, okay, keep pushing it, one more and that's out. 3 strikes, you're done.
Oh, man.
Because I don't think I can save you next time.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And so that contractor did as much as they could to keep the ball moving or keep the whole thing moving, and then you got out, finished up the project, and
on to the next.
Yeah.
And I haven't stopped since then.
Yeah. That must have been pretty rough, doing construction, losing your spouse, and then just trying to keep everything paid because you had 2 girls to take care of.
Yeah, when my wife passed, my one daughter was only 15 years old.
Yeah.
And my other one was just 18, 19.
Yeah, so they were still there at home, and they were really going through a hard time.
Oh, yeah, I mean, jeez, it was.
Yeah.
That was probably the roughest time of my whole life.
Yeah.
The only thing rougher than that is if you lost a child, I think.
Oh, man. No, don't. None of that. None of that. We don't talk about that.
No. I mean,
but
that's the worst I've
that
ever.
would be the worst thing.
Yeah.
But, so we walked through a lot, and after that, we kept doing projects together and just making sure that we were always financially taken care of, and,
Right.
It's worked out, and, all these years later. So I think that as guys are listening, and gals too, I'm sure, what would you say, when hard times come? How do you get through it, man? How did you get through it?
Just what I did was I just kept praying to God and kept my faith.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing that kept me going was.
Yeah.
God knows I'm not. I know that God's not done with me yet, so I just push forward.
That's good. Yeah.
Push forward and never look back. Just,
if there's one key ingredient to success, I would say faith, right? Keep your faith in God.
Keep your
faith. He walked you through all that.
Even though you go through, it's like a roller coaster, you go up and down in construction. That's just how residential is. But once you get into public works and federal, that's the golden ticket. That's where you want to eventually get yourself, because those jobs go all year round.
Yeah.
There's no slow time on them.
No, that's good. There's always great jobs out there. Because the construction industry is the largest industry in America for the most part. Usually every president, when they come in, the first thing they want to do is start doing infrastructure, because that keeps our infrastructure growing, but it also employs massive contractors who are like basically the base of America, people who are working with their hands, who do a craft.
I consider the construction field the backbone of America.
It is the backbone of America.
And it really irritates me sometimes when people look at construction workers like they're nothing. But actually, a good contractor can make more money than any doctor or lawyer.
Yeah.
If all it takes is the initiative and drive.
Yeah, a little bit of organization mixed in there. And
that helps.
Some know-how,
but that's
right?
where most of the contractors kind of mess up a little bit, is organization. But once you learn how to be organized, and you can keep yourself going. So I would say you should be really proficient and going after those government contracts by maybe the 5th or 7th year that you're in business, because you need to get your feet wet. You need to learn the ins and outs on residential, and then you can bump yourself to commercial.
Yes,
and then public works, and then the golden ticket is
doing some federal
stuff.
Yeah,
because federal stuff you could work anywhere.
Yeah, like anywhere in the U.S. Yeah,
or anywhere where there's even a military base. Anywhere in the world.
That's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah. My niece came to Hawaii with us, and the first thing she said, she looks up, she goes, "Wow, all the signs are in English." I'm like, it's still America.
Yeah.
I say that because there's a bunch of military bases over there, but that was funny.
Last month I just finished up a job at Nellis Air Force Base.
Oh, okay, nice. Now, if you don't mind, you've been doing this 52 years, so you got to be around how old now?
I'm pushing 70.
Pushing 70 and still rocking it. One of those old school contractors.
You'll find me on the job site.
Or on your Harley.
One or the other.
Yep. Now, he's always working. When I go to cities, I'll try to see if I can find a Harley Davidson store, bring him back a nice Harley Davidson.
I collect Harley Davidson shirts, so anyone want to send me a Harley shirt,
he loves them.
Happy.
He's been collecting those for like 50 years.
Yeah, I got them from all over the world.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. So you started to touch on it, and it was some of the skills that contractors need. So we said managerial skills. Let's just brainstorm on this a little bit. If someone wants to level up and get to doing projects in the multi-millions, what would you say are a couple more skills that they're going to need to know and learn, right?
Well, what I can think of right off the top of my head is you need to have you got to assemble a good team.
Good team. Okay, wait, let's hone in on that. So how do they hire a good team? What does that look like?
Well, that could be quite a deal by itself.
There's so many yahoos out there,
yeah,
right?
I mean, you're going to go through a lot of people, but when you finally get yourself a good team that you can trust, then that frees you up to where you can start going out and really hitting
especially if they can do the work and you don't have to be there, and they take care of
That's how the federal usually works. How I usually do the federal projects is, I don't care if it's on the East Coast or wherever, I'll fly back, look at the job, and then I'll hire locals to do the job, which that helps the local economies.
Yeah, that's good.
Keeps them busy. And then I just Zoom them or FaceTime them once or twice a week, just check on the project.
Wait. You mean there's actually a 70-year-old that knows how to use Zoom?
Yeah,
FaceTime?
I have to do it every week.
Yeah, you're always teaching the students.
Yeah, so I'm pretty proficient with computers now.
That's great. No, that's good. And so that's the first thing, right? Making sure that they're proficient, that they know how to do the project.
Yeah.
We talked about organizing. They got to be organized. What would be like a litmus test? Like, how would you know if they would know if they're organized or not?
Oh, it's real easy to look at their books.
Look at their books. Yeah. Well, I guess you would know because you're not going over on your projects. Like you say, you're going to get them done in a month. You get them done in a month.
And I always tell all the students too, if you know you're going to get a project done in 2 weeks, write that contract for at least three and a half weeks.
Give yourself some time.
Because you never know the unexpected. You don't never know if OSHA or Cal OSHA is going to roll up, or the licensing or CSLB will roll up on you, and make sure that you have everything.
Code
that you
enforcement.
Need. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Sometimes I see some of the littler contractors when they're starting off, and they set tools everywhere, like tape measures and nail guns, and they'll put them in cabinets or put them in places, and they'll waste 4 or 5 times a day looking for a tool, when if they created some kind of system, put a belt on, regular tool belt, or keep a bucket next to you.
Another thing that really kills time is Home Depot runs.
Oh, man.
If you have to run 3 or 4 times to Home Depot, you're not organized.
Exactly.
And you know what? That could waste 2 or 3 hours of your day that nothing's getting produced.
Yeah. I know when I got to the place where I had a big shop, and I was actually just ordering everything, having it delivered. And if you order over a certain amount, they deliver it for free. So you have all these guys at whatever supply company, Home Depot, or your mom and pop supply store, right, supplying all this stuff on their dime.
That's right.
So they're all that labor to load, that's just a part of it. They're not even charging us to load it because they want to sell the product, especially since we were ordering in so much bulk. Whereas if I have to send my staff there and they have to load it, I'm paying all these hours, all this gas, workers' compensation. They have to load it all. No. Order all that stuff, and then they drive it over. And because they do free delivery, if you order over a certain amount, you don't pay any gas, no car insurance, nothing. They'll drop it off at the job site.
There's no wear and tear on your vehicles.
Oh, man. When I did that, I started seeing the savings of literally thousands and thousands of dollars a month.
Oh, yeah. And that adds up real quick.
And then our guys were able to continue just to work and do construction while materials were on their way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I would say, too, if you know what the project you're on, you know what you need.
Yeah.
Write yourself a list.
Yeah. Yep.
So you don't have to make several trips. Oh, forgot that. Oh, I have to make another Home Depot run. I forgot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always keep plenty of inventory of everything on my truck.
That's a good thing. One of the things that I used to do, that I still do, is I have my phone and I'll put it up, because if I turn on the light in bed, my wife will flip out. So I pull my phone up, have the light down a little bit, start taking my notes. Because we'll be watching TV, like, oh, yeah, this. I got to remember that for the next day. I got to remember this.
Yeah.
And I'll just make that nice detailed list. And I use a a thing that we all share together. So there's like Asana or Monday or Notion. So it's an app, and then you can assign each person their own tasks. So when they get to the job site.
Well, I used to do it the old school way. I'd sit and write every night. I would, okay, this guy, I want him to do this, and this tomorrow. This guy, this, and this tomorrow. So there's no confusion.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone knows exactly what they do. A couple of my guys were a little slower.
Yeah.
So I would never overload them.
Yeah.
Because if you have someone that's in that situation, they're not the brightest bulb.
Yeah.
But they're loyal to you, and they'll do anything you say. So that's why I keep them around.
Yeah,
Some of my guys were homeless, so we took them off the street, and we made them go to the church.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bible study.
Yep.
And
a lot of these guys have turned their lives around too.
Yeah, now all of them, they have nice houses. They're married. They got kids.
Yep.
Some of them even got their own contractor's license now.
Yep.
That I helped them get.
Yep.
So that's what God wants us to do.
That's what it's all about.
It's just like when you go out to the dump and you find something, and you bring it home and fix it. Now it's got value. It's the same way God looks at the souls. There's none that are worth not saving.
Yeah. Yeah, God will take them off the trash heap of life and then redeem them, right? And make them valuable again. That's what actually redeem means. It's redeeming as valuable again.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we've seen a lot of people go through our construction businesses, who have straightened out and got their life.
Yes. A couple of guys that still work with me, that I've had them for 15 years or so, that was homeless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so proficiency, organization, especially time management and organization. We touched on that.
Leadership skills.
Okay.
That's the big
leadership. One. Yeah, I've noticed in certain job sites sometimes someone thinks they're a leader, but they act so bossy, they piss people off. Just because you could boss them around doesn't make you a good leader. There's a huge difference between a boss and a leader. Yeah.
You earn the respect from your employees and your clients.
Yep.
Is all in how you train your people, how you lead people.
Exactly.
Without good leadership skills, and that's a pretty big hindrance in a company.
People just leave if you don't have good leadership skills. They don't want to hang with you.
How would you feel if you're on a job site and your foreman or your boss comes out there and he just starts yelling and screaming and cussing at you in front of God and everybody? I go, no, you don't do that.
Yeah.
I never, personally myself, I never raise my voice higher than what I am right now to anybody. Good. And that's why I get the respect. You have to be a good leader.
You do. And I think that if you provide a great environment and you're landing lots of jobs and you're offering training so the guys can grow in their skill, and you're letting them have certain authority because they've earned it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they most people want to have a good job they can work and make some good money, take it back to their significant other, right? And take care of their family.
I don't believe in being greedy either. I like to share it. If you're working for me and you show me you're on time, you're clean, you keep your job sites clean and everything, I don't mind spending that money to give you guys a good life. Because why do we do construction?
Yeah. Well,
the main thing is to give our family a better life.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a good point. So in all this, so we got those three. What's another added ingredient? I would say financial management, right? Taking care of their finances properly so they know where it's all going.
What I started doing a long time ago was for each project, that deposit money, I would go to the bank and open a bank account just for that project. So all the money goes in and out of that one project.
Yeah.
So what's that do? That creates a statement from the bank,
That's
written
good.
out statement. So I don't have to spend time in that writing everything out on a spreadsheet. So I have that. That helps my tax person keep everything going. So then at the end of the job, you should have your profit that you figured in there. In there at the end of the bank.
Yep.
So then I would close that bank account, transfer the money
your
into
profit.
the business account, because you never want to mix your monies.
Yeah.
So I don't care how big or how small that project is. I always say open a bank account for it, because
Interesting.
you can open up as many bank accounts as you want.
Yeah, like an additional checking account or a whole nother bank account.
A whole another bank account.
Okay, so you
just
have
like a check. Just I don't open savings accounts on that, because that's not.
don't need that.
Don't need it. I just open a checking account.
Yeah, people who are saving money in the bank, their money's not making. It's not growing because inflation is faster than it grows in there. So they want to deploy it into some kind of investment that produces them income.
But if you do it that way, there's no chance of bankrupting yourself, because when you start mixing money and then you start money's
confused.
going here, there, and everywhere, it's harder to control it.
Makes sense. So you're saying you have your first bank, right? And that's your business.
No,
and then
business bank account.
And then you get a project over here and you open a bank account, probably in the same bank, maybe.
It could be.
Doesn't
It
have
could be
to
at any bank you want to go.
But you start a bank for that one, a bank account, and then you just run that project through that, and that money, when done, the profit comes over here, and then you have maybe 2 or 3 other projects, so you might have 2 or 3 other bank accounts open.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I did is I pick one bank for that job. I'll pick another bank for that job, so I don't mix the cards up.
There you go.
Or I'll take a Sharpie and I'll write on for what job it's on.
Yeah.
But then too, I'll get 2 cards, so I'll give the foreman one.
There you go.
Call me when you need to spend on it.
Yeah.
Don't just go out and start pulling money on it, because I have everything really tight budgeted. So
interesting. Yeah. I'm in a different scenario because we do fix and flip. So I put each house, because we buy the actual house, put it in its own what's called an SPV, special purpose vehicle, and it has its own bank account.
Right.
And then we have the main bank, and it does the same thing in that regard. In that we have every house in their own SPV, and then that way, if someone gets hurt on there, they could potentially sue that particular project, but it doesn't affect the main company.
Exactly.
And so that's how we create a double veil of protection. You know what I mean?
Well, another thing too is I would suggest everybody open up an S corporation.
Yeah.
To start their business out.
Yeah,
That gives you
entity,
a good
right?
veil of protection. It protects your house, your
Yes.
bank, your cars, because if anything did go under, those are protected. And that's the main thing. You don't want to, because I've seen contractors before. I tell them, open up an S corp. And I don't need that. And then something happens. Boom! What happens? They got sued.
Yeah.
They lost their house. They lost their bank account. Then they lost their wife and kids on top of it, and they ended up being homeless.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, it's total reality. I mean, I've seen it happen a few times.
Well, I think that goes into also that can dive or touch on safety issues, right? Because construction has the highest injury rate of all industries in America.
And the number one
Yeah.
is roofing.
Roofing, yeah.
Roofers
So if someone
have more
gets hurt
accidents than anybody.
and dies, and they don't even have their assets protected, their kids have nothing. So
No.
it starts with that entity. So you're literally building a legacy for your family.
Right.
That's why I tell people, hey, when you start your construction company, it should be in a corporation, a S corporation specifically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, another really good thing is with an S corp, you pay 0 federal income tax on it.
Exactly. That's better.
That could save you tens of thousands of dollars.
And
just for an example, if you had $1 million, a C corporation, just for example, their taxes is at 21%.
20% right now.
So just round it out to 25%. So if you made $1 million, your taxes is $250,000.
With an S corp, how much?
0.
Boom.
That $250,000 is now in your bank account.
And
the only thing you have to cover is your state tax.
What I also love is everybody has to pay self-employment tax. So if you have an LLC and you pull your money out from that bank and put it in your pocket, you're going to pay 15.3% in self-employment.
Exactly.
But in an S corp, only 7.65%. So you pull $100,000 out of an LLC, you're going to pay $7,000. You're going to pay $15,300. In an S corp, you're only going to pay $7,600.
Any way you can save money, that's the way to go.
Yeah, so an S corp is definitely the best way. So that's the entity, and it helps you start to build the legacy. Because so many contractors get hurt. They die. They lose an eye or a foot or an arm. They get crushed. They fall off roofs. So many different situations that cause them to not be able to work again. And what is it called? SSI is not going to give them much money to live off of.
You'll be lucky to get you'll get less than $2,000.
Yeah, so then
and you cannot.
Your wife's
survive on
trying
that.
to budget that. Now she has to go to work, or God forbid you die, and then now, like again, your kids weren't protected because you didn't have the entity.
Right.
So set up that entity because that's legacy. You're leaving
Right.
something, and your wife can actually, if it's in a corporation, can turn around and have someone either run that company till she could sell it, or run it herself.
I was just going to mention that's the big picture.
Yeah.
If you have your corporation and you've been in business for so many years, and say you don't have anybody to hand it to,
Yeah.
sell it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Any company that's
Yep.
been in business for 10 years or more,
Yeah.
that's making just
Yep.
$1 million
Yep.
or so a year, that company, you can sell that company for $5 or
Yep.
$6 million all day long.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then you take that money and go spend the
There
rest of
you
your
go.
golden years.
Boom. There you go.
Spend your kids' inheritance.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I mean, that's the big picture.
Yeah, so leaving that legacy, and for if you ever want to get more information on that, you can go down the description. I do have another podcast called The Power to Gain Wealth, and I'm working with usually a lot of investors, millionaires, things like that, multimillionaires, and we go into setting up family banks, getting your family orchestrated and with the whole life insurance, so that if you were to pass, your family will not have to work if you do it right.
And another thing too, if you're a sole proprietor and God forbid something happened to you, that company's dead.
It's dead. They
It's
can't do anything.
non-transferable.
Yep. So you don't want to
get
go sole
yourself a
proprietor.
corporation. That's what you need to do.
So no matter what state you're in, do not do a sole proprietor. You can't sell them. Your wife can't take it over, and she can't sell it because it's based on your personal Social Security number. Yeah. So it's dead in the water.
And it bases on your finances too.
Yep, based on your finances
and your credit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we covered that. What are some of the other things we've seen young guys? Honestly, I've seen a lot of young people. They start doing a couple jobs. They start getting a little bit of money, and I know this is kind of off of the construction thing, but they start buying tons of junk and partying, living the party life, right?
Exactly.
Getting drunk like crazy. I had a contractor. He was having a blast, partying. He was bringing in money. He's getting ready to get married, and the night before he's married, he got a little drunk. He's driving his motorcycle. Everybody's laughing in front of the yard. He's popping wheelies, and he hit a tree and died. Just doing stupid stuff. Control, learning to control yourself, because a good leader has to learn control, or they'll never be able to run an effective, growing, thriving company to its fullest extent. Not a successful one long term.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So be careful. Sometimes the best thing you do, get married, to keep you in line, right? She tries with Doug. It's only taken about 50 years, but
sooner it's better sooner than later. That's what they say, right?
Yeah. I mean, you've stopped smoking now. All the other vices. She takes care of you. You got a good one. This one. Yeah.
I think next year we're planning on buying a house in Japan.
Nice.
That's where she was born.
Yeah.
So I can go over there and work.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Fixing up a fixer-upper.
Well, they're trying to get Americans to go to Japan because they have a declining population, and you can buy homes there for about $30,000. They're rehab homes.
Actually,
you got a lot of work on them.
The actual right now, they have over 10 million vacant homes.
Wow, that's crazy.
So right now, you can go over there and you could buy a house. It's not going to be the greatest of shape. It's going to need work on it, but you can buy it for 100,000 yen.
Yeah, which is about how much?
If you transfer that from yens to U.S. dollars, that's $972.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and then you just got to go in and remodel it. And the hard part is doing the paperwork, because most people don't speak Japanese.
No, but they have agencies that deal with that help you through that process.
It's one of the things I want to get into. In 2019, I backpacked with my wife through Europe. We went Italy, Austria, Switzerland, Germany.
You spent
France,
about a month over there.
3 months. 3 months. And we met with realtors because we wanted to buy Airbnbs, or buy houses and convert them to Airbnbs. And then 2020 hit, and that shipwrecked everything. But so I haven't actually gotten to purchase anything outside of America, but I really do. And my son...
there's another place.
Where's that?
In Tuscany, Italy.
Oh, yeah.
They've got an overload of vacant
Yes.
homes.
The problem is you have to personally live there for a season. I looked into that one.
Yeah.
But in Japan, you don't have
No.
to personally live there. You
No.
can buy it. And Japan is, in case people don't know, it's just a little fun tidbit. It's the most visited Asian country in the world because it
Right.
has Disneyland is there.
Yeah,
And people go to
that's
Tokyo
right.
like crazy. And so there's opportunity there, and I want to get in on that opportunity and doing
But I
fix
want to
and
be
flips.
out
Hey,
in
I
the
mean,
country.
check this out. If anybody that's listening wants to get on these fix and flips with us and
Hey.
buy a bunch of homes in Japan and start Airbnbs, just reach out.
Yeah, I'll
Just
be more than
comment,
happy. I'll be
know?
more than happy to help you out.
Yeah, no, we'll figure it out. So yeah, I want to get into that
Because it takes very little money to buy a
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, which is
And
really
the
cool.
and the kicker is, it's people, older generation,
Yeah,
their younger kids.
yeah,
They don't want to deal with it,
yeah,
so they walk away and the whole house is furnished.
yeah,
I mean, it's just
yeah.
walking into like a
Yeah.
time capsule.
The young people leave and come here to the mainland.
They don't want to pay the
start
taxes on it,
working.
and they want to go into the bigger cities where
Yeah.
there's work, because
Yeah.
they're all into technical stuff. They don't want to work on a farm, or they don't want to
Yeah.
do this or that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
And now all the villages, they're all shrinking up.
Yeah,
And if you're a younger family with kids,
Mhm.
they'll actually give you a place to live.
wow. You know where you guys should move? Okinawa. Okinawa, Japan. You know why? I just saw a report that they did the 10 longest living people groups in the world. Okinawa's number one. It's because they eat healthy fish, a lot of vegetables, rice, and
My wife was born in Japan.
smaller
My new
portions
wife
of
is,
meat.
and she's
She keeps you on the straight and narrow. When I went over there and had dinner at your house, she made us a nice meal.
oh yeah,
She
she's a
doesn't
real good
stop.
cook.
She doesn't
She's
stop.
a real good cook.
Yeah, you're a lucky man. And so, okay, so yes, so being careful not to as you start making money, keep yourself in control. You're a business owner. Don't get out of control. Don't start partying hardy. Don't go out there and live the
You want to
stupid
run out
life.
and buy yourself a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
Yeah, get yourself
Not yet.
into a mess.
Not yet. Not until
Yeah.
you get to that point where you.
Make some money. Have a few $100,000 in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Have your business in an entity. Have a legacy plan set up for your
Right.
family. And then enjoy the good life, right?
That corporation, that S corporation, can run forever.
Oh yeah, and sell it if you die.
And something to leave your kids. They can run
Absolutely.
it. Their kids can run
Yeah.
it. Their kids' kids can run it.
Absolutely.
That company,
Yeah.
that corporation could be 100, 200, 300 years
Yeah.
old. All you got to do is make sure you pay that $800 a year to keep that thing alive.
If you're in California, it's
Yeah.
free in other states.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm talking California.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're setting up, because we do turnkey setups. We help people set up their entity, their business license, and help them acquire their insurance in every state. So we have a client we're working on right now in Texas. He just wants turnkey. He said, hey, I'm just going to pay you guys. You get it all set up, then I'm going to get going. All right, let's do this. So we help him out.
That's a less of a headache for someone starting out, is to have
Yep.
someone that knows what
Yep.
they're doing, do it
Yeah.
for them.
And since
It's
we
worth
have
the
our
money. It's worth the
in-house
money.
bookkeeping and tax company that covers all the U.S., we can help take care of them. So that's always a good thing. So yeah, okay. So we got. So we talked injuries. Be careful out there. Wear your harnesses. Wear your masks. Wear all that kind of stuff, because so many people get hurt doing construction. We talked.
Make sure you wear boots.
Yeah, good boots. You don't need to lose some toes. They help you stay on that roof longer.
Yeah. Or if you happen to step on a nail, tennis shoes not the thing to be
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
when you would step on a nail.
Yeah,
That's why I always make sure my guys,
yeah,
the last half an hour of the day,
yep.
clean up. I don't want to see
Yeah,
nothing nowhere.
exactly.
And that makes
Which
the
is good for
clients
the
happy
clients.
too. That shows that you actually care.
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so continuing on that idea of success, we talked about not partying. What about some things that you see, anything else that you think would be beneficial for these guys to remember?
Well, one other thing too is a lot of contractors forget your setup and your exit costs on your contracts.
Yes, that's so important.
So, for an example, you're going to need, you're going to be doing demo work.
Yeah.
So what do you need? You're going to need a dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
So in California, that dumpster's going to cost you
Yep.
$1,000 or more.
Yep.
And then you're going to need
Yeah.
another one at the end of the job to clean up
Yep.
from all your mess.
Yeah.
So a lot of people forget those things.
Yeah.
So where's that money coming out of?
Yes.
It's coming
Yep.
out of your profit.
Yeah, and if you have staff that is putting all the project together, and they are ordering the dumpsters, and they're ordering maybe some urinals or whatever the things.
The outhouses.
Yeah, outhouses. I don't know why I call it a urinal, but you know what I mean. They're ordering all that stuff. Well, that's labor. That's pre-project, right?
That's
labor that needs to come out of that.
You have to write all that in your contract.
Exactly.
That's all part of your overhead.
And then the exit, which is, if you have to leave, guys, you're not just done when you put the last nail in the wall. You have cleanup. And it might take 2 days to clean up the yard, clean up the lawns, whatever.
Clean up whatever you're working on, clean up the mess.
A lot of people don't bid that stuff, so they got to be careful.
So that's an hindrance to the business.
Well, bidding jobs accurately is definitely at the top 3 things that cause construction companies to fail or go bankrupt.
An accurate bid, proper leadership skills, and another vital one is communication.
Yes.
Those are the 3 most.
How about contracts? I think that one's a good one to add on.
You have to learn how to do proper bidding and proper contract writing.
Because if your contracts are not correct, you just download them off some Yahoo website like Rocket Lawyer that doesn't know the ins and outs of every single state.
God forbid something happens, you have to go into court. They're going to look at that contract, or they'll send it to the licensing board. They'll go through that contract, and if they see something that's not right, you know what? You just shut yourself in the foot.
So making sure you have good contracts, make sure you have
properly
an attorney
written
help you with
contracts
that.
too.
Yes, exactly. Because each state is different, so they need to check out each state, making sure they have the right licenses, the right certifications, the right insurances,
and
all those kinds of
things.
things.
I want to make sure that everyone knows too that if you are a subcontractor, make sure you file your 20-day preliminary notice. Without that, the contract, the prime doesn't even have to pay you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you don't fill out your paperwork. And if you did go to court, that's one of the first things the judge is going to ask you. Let me see your 20-day preliminary notice. And if you say I don't have one, he'll just go next case.
Most subs don't even know what a 20-day preliminary notice is, and that's unfortunate because it safeguards them in getting paid in the project.
That's another thing about being organized. You have to be organized. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to know the proper paperwork that you need to do, because that can make or break you. You will not survive losing, money. Especially if you got stuck for the whole contract. And if that was a $100,000 contract, your business is pretty much gone. It's so hard to recover from mistakes. So that's what I mean. You need to know what you're doing. Because that really breaks my heart to see someone work all their lives as an employee, and then they get ready to take that next step up to becoming an owner. And then
hey, being an
let
owner,
that go out the window.
It's so much easier to just work for a company, and the company takes care of everything. You show up from 9 to 5, you do your job, and when you leave at 5 o'clock, you go home and work is done in your brain. But when you own your own company, you're thinking about stuff. I got to get these for tomorrow. It never shuts off.
Your 40-hour weeks just went to a minimum of 80 hours.
Yeah, you're thinking about it in bed. You're doing everything. So the benefit though is you can build more wealth if you own your own company, and eventually if you
and
organize.
There's nothing like having that freedom of having. You don't have to punch a time card.
And the beautiful thing is if you get organized, you do those things we talked about, you can grow your business. You can eventually, in hiring good staff, you can hire people that you've trained, that they go out and bid jobs. You never have to go out and bid jobs anymore. They meet with clients.
You have a whole staff. You just sit in your office and sign checks.
There's a lot of big companies that do that. I was watching The Apprentice the other day because it came back out, and I had never seen it before, just to kind of see what that was like, because I heard people talking about it, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, I've never watched this. I think it's on Netflix or Amazon, I don't even know. But I was watching it, and I was watching as all these big skyscrapers that Trump's putting up and all these things. And he has basically a CEO running that whole project. He's just a check writer. He did his construction company, right? And he's got all these projects going on at the same time. There are a lot of people that can get to that place, right?
It's not impossible. It just takes perseverance and the drive and the organization to get yourself there. Like when you're first starting out, like right now in California, most contractors have 8 or less employees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I got to that place, which was beautiful, and it was amazing. In 2000, when was it? Around 2010, I decided to start all the schools and really pour into contractors to help them out, and then build some other businesses. So
I was right there with you.
You were. Built quite a few more businesses.
I was the only teacher
with me. That's right. So started off the beginning. But when I was doing construction, I was always sending my crews out, had them in different locations. I would fly out to NorCal to go check on the hotel we were remodeling, and fly back, see how my crew's doing down here. And that was it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of travel because I did projects all over Cali, but definitely it was worth it, building the business up until you have enough money that you're just writing checks and visiting the sites,
That's another thing when you're first starting out. Please make sure that you go at least at the end of the day and touch bases with the client.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Absolutely.
do that, make a punch list because you already know what's going on. Try to get them involved.
Exactly.
Get them involved because it makes them feel good. You want them to have that nice, fuzzy, warm feeling
Absolutely.
that, hey, you know what? I helped with this project, And
Yep.
and then just write a list and go, okay, my guys will be there first thing in the morning, and your issues are going to be what they do first.
Yep.
That will take out any kind of disputes or the clients getting upset or filing claims against you or anything like that. That's what you want to avoid. If you can avoid getting yourself in trouble, you're so much better off.
Yes.
Believe me.
So some people here that they're most likely younger, starting off, and they would see you as the older guy, the old guy. You've been through a lot of years. I've been around since
Moses. No.
Yeah, there you go. And you've weathered the decades where each decade goes through its own weird anomaly or how people treat each other.
Like I said, I could probably write a book on all of this.
You just weathered the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, just doing construction.
The 90s,
the 90s, 2000s.
2010.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
God.
So
now I'm feeling really old.
Hey, that's okay. When you plan on hanging up the belt, the tool belt, and saying, I'm done?
Probably 15 years from now.
15 years. So you want to go another, so up to 85 and then go, I'm done. And one thing I've noticed about you honestly, you just love working. You don't want to stop.
No.
I've asked him that many times. Are you ever going to stop? He's like, I don't want to stop. I want to keep busy, keep working.
And it's not to make money. It's just I love what I do.
I think there's a lot of younger people these days, and I think they've already stopped. They want to stop. They're playing video games so much they never go out and do anything.
Actually, they don't even get started.
Yeah. But, that's what I appreciate about, the older generations. They just love to work, get out there, stay busy.
My grandfather was in construction,
building.
and I started with him when I was 16
Wow.
years old. So actually, I've been doing it longer, but I would spend a lot of time with my grandfather.
Yeah, and those are times that are beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Well, very good.
But boy, he was the hardest person I ever had to work for.
Yeah.
He goes, you're my grandson. You got to outshine everybody. And I'm going, oh, lucky me.
Oh, man. That's how we did it. We put our boys to work.
Yeah.
My boys were working in construction with me.
Yeah, they were pretty young when you had them.
They were cranking. They could do just about anything for their new
They could
wives.
run a saw without cutting a finger off.
Yep, there you go, and they did. So so I appreciate you coming on. And any last words you want to say to any of these contractors out there?
Well, if you have any questions or any concern, get a hold of us.
Yep, get a hold of us. So, hey, guys, that's another episode of Contractor USA. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them down in the description or in the comments. Hit subscribe. Don't forget, look into the description. We got some links down there that'll help you in the future of your construction endeavors. Peace out, guys.
God bless everybody.